Yeah, we got Jesus. You got Jesus. We got Jesus. Yeah. This shirt was given to me by Jill, and I was with her waitressing for about, I would say a good decade, and a good decade or so. And we did a lot of Got Milk, and she bought me the shirt Got Jesus because it's all I ever talked about. And I really thought this shirt got left behind in one of the houses I sold. And yesterday I was drawn to a certain drawer, and I'm going through my t shirts one at a time. And this was the next t shirt out. So we want to say a shout out to Jill, even though she's 5D and higher. No more reincarnation, I don't think, after 2012, is what I believe. Not positive, but. So, with that being said, I hope you all got Jesus, and I don't drink milk no more. Hope you got some coffee. I bought dark roast Starbucks, even though I heard Starbucks coffee is not good for you, but oh well. It was on sale at Mike's Bargain, and I'm also highly protected. So if I ingest something, I will be taken care of, especially from our technology 5D and higher. I'm more in astro than I am here. So, confirmation. Okay, now this deck that I made, Miss Mystic, has two Ace of Swords in it, and I've explained that in the way beginning, but some of you are new. So how do you get two Ace of Swords? This looks like hell down here, but I don't think it's rainbowy. Look behind me. Um, the Ace of Swords is St. Michael's Sword of Truth, and I got two of them in this deck, and I realized it right away, and I told you about it, and I totally forgot about it. So when I was doing my cards, I should say when the cats were doing the cards, you saw them. They definitely did them. Um, we got two Ace of Swords. So double truth, and St. Michael said double down with your truth. So if you have to sit on here for an hour and just chat, then that's what you're going to do. He said, because you need to double down on your truth. So me explaining to you that I can't be touched by poison, I was poisoned, and so were many of you all our lives. And we're still here. And that's why everybody's sick and dead and cancerized and parasited and etc. Because everything is poison here on Earth. And 333 on the clock. So we've got two Ace of Swords. And since I have a cat sitting on one, we'll go ahead and just read this one here quick, because St. Michael wants to kind of run this. He keeps giving me things to tell you, and my brain right now is like overloaded because there's so much to tell you. So I don't know how much I'm going to get out or how long this will take. St. Michael says that he has new ideas for everybody, and he wants us to get clarity. So we have to double down on the truth. As much as you don't want to, and maybe you want to just keep things to yourself, you don't want to look like an idiot, you don't want to look like you're a know-it-all, whatever your excuses are for not doubling down, he wants you to double down. He also said double down should be in all areas of your life. So whenever something comes up and you kind of got that should I or shouldn't I moment, you transfer it into will I or won't I. That's a trick I've told everybody about, or a key, or whatever the word is there. When should I or shouldn't I comes into your brain, say will I or won't I. But now we're going further, and St. Michael wants you to double down on it. So if it was just a yes, should I or shouldn't I turns into will or I won't I, right? And it's a yes until God makes it no. You say yes till God makes it no, and then you're supposed to double down on it. So I guess if you're going 25 miles per hour, you're supposed to go 50. Okay, so truth is being revealed at a very high, heightened awareness. Okay, so that's what St. Michael wants me to tell you. And he's showing me a race car, and he's showing me that if you're going to just go 25 miles an hour, you're not going to win the race. Even though it was slow and steady wins the race, so you're not doing nothing wrong by going 25 miles an hour, but guess what? It just got heightened, okay? It just got green lighted. It just got the go. So now you want to double down. Now you want to go 50 miles an hour and double down. You still want to be steady, but not necessarily slow anymore. Okay? Very important. Okay? Now, the song Under the Bridge is what these cards came out. We had Give It Away, that band, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I believe they're out of LA, and they also have a song called Give It Away, and that card came up. So you might want to look up that card too. That other song was called Under the Bridge. So it says, give it away, charity, time, talent, and things. So once again, it's double down. It's if you gave away one thing, oh boy, well, then now you got to get rid of all of it. It was kind of like when I was cleaning out my sheds and I was giving away a little bit here, selling a little bit here. Then all of a sudden, when they sent me my mission partner for my sheds, it was like, take everything and half the house too. Because we want to open new doors. All right, we want to open new doors and we want to believe and trust in ourselves. All right, the new doors are being opened. Okay, Miss Mystic, the doors are being opened. St. Michael is saying right now is big time heightened awareness. Now, my higher self yesterday told me to clarify something on the reading. When I said about timelines and I said you're on a lower timeline and you need to boost yourself up, that's not necessarily what I meant or really how it is. You're on the right timeline. We're all on the one timeline right now, okay? But there's different levels in the timeline. So I should have said levels instead of timelines. So she corrected me in it through Chosen Chronicles video. If you hear that if you follow that channel, you will hear about the one timeline that's going down the road here, right? It's like that racetrack. It's like that car. You're the car on the racetrack, and you were to go slow and steady. Well, now you're supposed to double down and go fast. Double your speed, okay? Now, what I meant is different levels. Some of you are behind in a red car, some of you are in the middle in a blue car, and some of you are in front in a yellow car. By doubling down and being more truthful, your light gets brighter, and those attacks that you say you're getting from the opposite party or the devil or the minions vanish because your light is brighter. They go towards the dark light. So, once again, different levels of different brightness. When I walk into a room, the cockroaches scatter because the light is so bright. But right now, if you're only in a dim lighted room, you still may have some running around. No, I don't, but I'm saying in a house that had them, they'd be running around maybe. Okay, that's kind of like the middle of the timeline. level. Then you have the timeline, the highest timeline, lower level, where you may just have that blue, yellow, red light in the back on. Okay? And then the last level would be total darkness, meaning you're on the highest timeline, but you're as dim as it can be without actually falling off of it and going into another universe. Okay? So I know that might be tricky to understand, but that's why I like you to listen to Chosen Chronicles, because she explains it very deep. I explain things more on a 4D physical body because that's how they want me to talk when I'm here. And then it's still sometimes way over the head. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to keep our light getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And the way we do that is by seeing what the energy is saying. So the energy today is saying to double down on your truth. Okay? If we're going to double down on our truth and get this heightened awareness that keeps making us brighter and brighter and brighter. So we've got the Six of Wands energy, and that's the badass success, the leadership, being seen. Remember I told you to get out and quit buying everything online and get out there and start doing stuff? Get your project in your head going, whether this financial thing comes through or not for us. If it doesn't, we're still got to live and do what we're doing, right? We might as well enjoy it then. Accomplishments, inspire others, and victory. That was the Six of Wands card. And the courage to declare the truth. That all came out in the shorts. So you have to have that courage. Now the main card out that the cats picked, now that the kitty got up off of them, was the Empress, the World, Seven of Wands, and lacking knowledge and information. So the only thing holding you back from this bright light and the highest level on your timeline is lack of knowledge. And that's very understandable right now because we're getting so much misinformation, so many red flags being thrown at us, so much deception, and you have to keep remembering it's just a movie. Okay? It's hard to do. I'm not saying this shit's easy. It's your world mission. It's an end. It's the most powerful card I can pull. Hope, guidance, faith, majesty, mystery, interconnectedness. It's your world mission. So you have to get up to this Empress energy. Imagine the timeline. Imagine the car on the dragster rip. The dragster rip. It's not a dragster rip. It's a track. A dragster track. Race car track. Oh boy, it's getting harder and harder for me to talk, you guys. I'm so not here. Okay, so Seven of Wands energy, challenges. We've got to learn how to be creative. So even though I can't talk, I'm still trying to use flashcards to talk. I need to ground. I need to know that I have to share my ideas, and I have to have self-expression with the Seven of Wands, and I have to stay in my Empress energy. So just because I'm having problems talking, getting the words out correctly, it's just because I keep leveling up. I keep leveling up. My light keeps getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And pretty soon I won't talk at all because I'll just be telepathic, and that's fine with me. But that time ain't here right now, is it? No. So we also had the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So the Page and the Knight to me are very similar because they're both action cards and they're both about your creativity. The Knight is just more I want to say mature at it, where the page might be more childish at it. The page might say, yeah, let's go not double down, let's triple down, let's quadruple down, right? And the knight's like, no, you can't go from 0 to 100. You have to go from 0 to 10 to 20 to 30. You can't just, you'll blow the engine. Okay, now for you mechanics out there listening to me, that could have been wrong, but I think you get my drift. We have to be, the way we do things, we have to go from a child to a mature adult step by step. So we got getting your emotions in check and keeping your youthful spark, but putting them new ideas into effect. 1555 on the clock is all about change. Okay, so maybe you were doing rap music and now they want you to go into music like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because sometimes he does a little rapping in his music, but I think that he has more guitar in his music than rapping does. And I'm big into guitar. I love guitar. You probably notice that with my music that I like. It's really all about the guitar. Okay, so Knight and Page of Wands, very important. Then I had the cards that came out from the kitties, and we'll go ahead and wrap this up in a few minutes. But the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles that did not get on the shorts, they were the next cards out. So you're going towards your abundance in all areas, and you're building this legacy, and that goes with the World card, hand in hand with the World card. And then they want you to not only be a Knight of Wands, they want you to be a Knight of Cups. That's that classic romance. And when I said with the Knight of Wands, I said putting your emotions in check, right? Don't be childish with your emotions. We want that classic romance. Just be yourself. Be a passionate soul, wearing your heart on your sleeve. Take action towards love, because love and creativity is the main goal. That summed up everything, okay? So if we pick a few more cards before we go, we've got the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Swords. King of Swords, nope, King, not Knight. So then you go from a page to a Knight, you're going towards your Ten of Pentacles, and you become the King of Swords with the Queen of Cups. Now that's interesting, because that makes sense with this classic romance, wearing your heart on your sleeve, becoming more creative. Then your intelligence and your logic kicks in, and the Knight of Swords carries St. Michael's sword of truth. He rules. He is the law. He uses his logic. He behaves, and he's brave, and he's courageous, and he's a wise I am man. So you see how this turns out. He turns out to be the Knight of Swords, and he finds his true love, the Queen of Cups, because she is true. She is divine, and she's ancient. Now I'm going to have to go off track here just a little bit, because I have to mention this. And I knew there was something that I forgot to tell you about it, and it's about the Queen of Cups. True, divine, ancient love. Okay, you've got to listen to this. Now, Whitney Houston, passed away, but it doesn't matter if that's true or not. The point is I work with her in Astro, and she's done so much work with the children. You have to listen to her music and watch her movies. Now, The Bodyguard is the movie, and the song is I Will Always Love You. And I was going to put that on. I don't know if I'll do a shorts with it or not, but we'll see what happens, what they want me to do. But I have to mention it because Jill, the one that gave me this shirt that's in 5D and higher, and Whitney Houston are working together, and they were saving the children in the tunnels. And I did a video on this a few years back when I was in this exact same spot, but the room looked different. And I did the video in here, and something about Whitney Houston, and here I had her cassette on the table, and I just remember talking vaguely about Whitney Houston, and I work with her. Well, she came through loud and clear yesterday with this shirt, with Jill. So if you guys can watch her movie, The Bodyguard, and check out her song, I Will Always Love You. And they wanted me at this point to tell you that you have a security team around you, and we really have to give thanks to them, because if you knew how much they did to keep us alive, you would be shocked. You'd also be less fearful, and you'd be more confident, like yesterday's video, and you would have that confidence if only you would talk to your spirit team. Just like I explained to you about Jill and Whitney being around me, they're not my guides, they're my friends, but they're also my guides because I'm not in a physical, they're not in physical, so they can guide me. But they're my friends, they're my sisters, they're people that I've been with throughout my lives. Now, this ancient part I want to talk about, that's what Whitney wanted me to talk about, and Jill. They wanted me to stress how important this is, that you remember your past lives. Lee, yesterday on the video, had commented about a couple of her past lives. I also have her regression on my playlist. We have to remember our past lives because we're ancient. And this ancient love that's coming in, this knight and king of wands, cups, king of swords, right? They turn into the Hierophant, and they get with their empress, and then the empress and the emperor become the gods that they're meant to be. 2227 on the clock. That's where this Queen of Cups comes in. It's not your normal Queen of Cups. It's the Queen of Cups taken from the Empress energy. Okay? It's true divine ancient love. That's why I keep telling you, don't settle for less. I tell you to keep getting your light brighter and brighter and brighter, because once your two frequencies connect enough so that you don't have to just be 5D and higher, your two frequencies will connect in the physical body. And that's what they wanted me to tell you. That's why it's so important. The beginning of the video that I told you to double down and get brighter and brighter and brighter, because you can't connect until you're balanced together. I say this over and over and over again. So if you're wondering why you're alone, it's because the two of you are balanced 5D and higher, but you've got to be balanced in the physical, the 4D too. So if he's still out doing something that's dimming his light, he cannot come in to the bright light only 5D and higher. So once you two get balanced out, you will be together in a physical body. Now, there is only a few exceptions to that rule where you only can have them 5D and higher, him or her, because they're just too high. They're so high that they can't get a physical body and they don't want one. Okay? So, with that, that's a long one, and I knew it was going to be a long one because here's the other Ace of Swords card, and it says, yes, 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 truth and only truth. That's where he's saying double down. New ideas, clarity, that aha moment, victory, heightened state of consciousness. So everything I just said, we'll go ahead and end it with that. Don't forget, 6 of Wands is the badass success. The 10 of Wands is the ending of the new chapter. And to finish it out, we got Do What You Say, the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun card, right? Judgment. Unlimited possibilities. I could go on and on and on. Okay, I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.